Like I said, UFC 265. Oh, this is a fun card. Of course, we're down a big fight. We're down the co-main of Nunes versus Pena. But it's not the worst thing that could happen because it's still a good card. And it's one of those cards where, still with Derek Lewis and Cyril Gane, stupid matchup to make, but a great fight to watch. It's just one of those ones. But also we got guys like Jose Aldo and Pedro Munoz now in the co-main event. Michael Chiesa and Vicente Luque who the winner of this, might be one win away from a title shot for that welterweight division. You got killers in the women's strawweight division like Tisha Torres and Angela Hill. They are going to throw down. Now I'm looking forward to what we refer to as the main event of the prelims. Bobby Green and Rafael Fiziev. Ooh, boy. But Blake, let's make up for the lack of Blake's bankers from last week. And let's see what you got for us for this big old pay-per-view.
Yeah, well, you just touched on one there. The first one I'm choosing is Bobby Green versus Rafael Fiziev.
Have to.
This one should just be a barn burner for sure. The next one is going to be the fight actually right after it. And basically, really, every fight, it's going to be a lot like this last weekend, in my opinion. I think once the Bobby Green Rafael Fiziev fight hits, every fight from then on is going to just be fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
After that fight, you have Song Yadong versus Casey Kenny. Casey Kenny most recently lost to Dom Cruz. Song Yadong, I want to say he lost a decision to Kyler Phillips most recently, but it was really close. But two very exciting fighters that love to throw down. I guarantee this fight doesn't stay on the ground very long if it does go to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And someone should be getting knocked out or pieced up. The last banger I chose, Jose Aldo versus Pedro Munoz. That's easy. I don't know how you could not choose that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two guys that just throw down. Munoz has had some vicious knockouts. He's been knocked out a couple times. Aldo, same thing can be said for him, a legend in the featherweight division. So it should be a great co-main, honestly. I think they did a good job replacing the Amanda Nunes fight, and hope that she's doing all good and her family is all well.
Yeah, that's not a bad co-main to have replace that. And do you agree that if Aldo loses fight, is his chances of ever being champion again over? If not already?
God, yeah. Possibly, but he's already fought for the title, you know. So it's already looking really tough. He has to beat everyone in front of him. So yeah, if he loses this fight, it might, I don't know if it's over for good, but it's definitely 99,000 times harder than it already was.
Exactly. But now let's take a look at this big old heavyweight main event. We got the Black Beast, Derek Lewis, looking to get his hands on gold in this, technically his second title fight with the UFC. We had the one with Daniel Cormier where it was just a wrestle fest by DC. That's between his first and second fight with Stipe Miocic. But obviously, Derek Lewis is a way different fighter than he was then. Cyril Gane has a chance to become a UFC champion in just his 10th MMA fight. So how's that for a set? That's ridiculous, man. I really don't understand.
Interim champion. Don't call him a champion.
Fine, whatever. Too many. That's extra words. But the way I'm thinking about this fight, Blake, if we want to get to our predictions about this, is if you look at everything technical, if you look at everything just from a fight in MMA, I guess technique and how good they are as an MMA fighter, you gotta say Cyril Gane on this one. But doesn't that mean that Derek Lewis is probably going to find a way to knock this guy out and become UFC interim champion?
You want me to ruin my prediction?
Yes, please.
Derek Lewis by knockout.
Oh, we're both on the same page then. I'm going. Blake, I'll give it to you. Round 2. Derek Lewis, round 2.
Copycat.
All right, what minute then? What minute?
I don't know. I think it might. What was this Curtis Blades one? And that was like round Was that a round 3? Was that a 5 rounder?
That was in the main event, and that was in the first minute and a half of round two.
Really? Was that early?
Yeah, you put him out early. Oh, that's still such a. Oh, that was still such an early knockout, man. Seeing Curtis
Because I
Blades.
just don't think it's good news if he goes long with Gane.
No. Because
Because
then Gane would have
Gane
just done
is-
what he did in his last two fights and just
Yeah, he's
outwork.
sharp.
You know.
He's just super sharp, and
Yeah.
he knows how to use his range.
Yes.
So yeah, and that's the thing. I don't know how much of a wrestling threat he's going to try and use against Derek, but it's like you don't want to stand with him either.
But also,
that's just
Derek Lewis has have really.
suicide.
Derek Lewis's takedown defense has gotten a lot better too.
And yeah, that's
It's hard to
another
take him
thing is
down.
That uppercut is #1 defense. It looks like. But
Man, you
yeah.
shoot for a takedown, you're going to catch something on the bottom of the jaw.
Like it or not, though, Lewis is still going to have way more experience than this guy. I mean,
Mhm.
25-7 compared to a guy that's going into his 10th fight, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. For some reason, I have a good feeling about Derek. He looks hungry, not literally, but I
mean, he
always
kinda does.
He always looks hungry,
Right?
literally. But I'm saying in a figurative way at this point in time.
Also, I'm just rooting for a Derek Lewis knockout so we can see that Houston's the Toyota Center explode in Houston, man. That roof would blow up.
Yeah, and that's another factor too, is the home field advantage, basically.
I feel like Derek Lewis. You
literally
see a lot of
beating his
fighters
home-
like maybe like crumble under the pressure of fighting like in their hometown. I feel like Derek Lewis is probably the best guy for a hometown fight.
Well, I just don't think he's going to care that much.
Exactly, he doesn't care.
But everyone else is going to care, and that energy is going to be infectious.
Oh.
You know, whether you try to block it out or not. Like Gane's going to have a tough time, probably dealing with everyone being against him. And
The USA chance.
Derek Lewis, whether he likes it or not, I feel like it's going to fuel him. You know, it's gotta feel nothing but good.
Mm-hmm.
To have your name chanted, to have the, representing your country against another guy from a different country. Like it's just gonna.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's shaping up well for Derek. We'll see if he can put it all together. Because he's got to show up that night.
Mm-hmm.
He can't have a situation that happened like against Francis Ngannou and even against Curtis Blades. He said that he came out cold in that fight too, but somehow he was able to turn that around. So hopefully this time he actually gets to come out there and start out hot and we get to see the full potential of the Black Beast. That would be sick.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like I'm rooting against Gane in this one. I just really want to see Derek Lewis win. That's all.
He's got to atone for that really trash fight that him and Francis had.
Mm-hmm.
3 years ago?
Maybe we can get the rematch. The first fight between them two if Derek Lewis wins this one.
Yeah.
And then if Derek Lewis does get the knockout in this fight, he will have the record for most knockouts in UFC history. That's a tough guy to go against, no matter what.
That would be sweet.
Oh,
That's a hell of a freaking record to have. If you have the most knockouts in UFC, that's something that
bad man. That's a Hall of Famer.
you couldn't tell me nothing. If
No.
That was my record.
No. If you, or especially the heavyweight division, you can knock out anyone in the world, is essentially what you're saying.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Knocking out the freakiest of the freaks.
Oh, dude, all in all, I am so excited for this fight. Like, I reiterate, it's stupid that they're fighting in the first place. It should just be in Gane versus Lewis. But I'm still really excited for this.
Yeah, it's still going to be a great fight.
Oh, yeah.
It's still going to get some clarity in the division.
It's going to be a damn good card, and it's going to be one hell of a Saturday.